Hey everyone. So, how are you guys? I'm kind of having a chill day. Ever since yesterday, I was still able to do my homework and things. Took my ADHD meds and did get things done. But right now, I just feel a bit, I don't know. Don't really have an appetite. I guess some days you just have an off day. Didn't even really want us to make this video. I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. I think what it is mostly is me just kind of feeling like the whole of my life I just been so lost. I never felt in control of my body. It was like I was driving a car without any brakes or a steering wheel. It's, yeah. I'm. I just feel like ever since I took the medication, it's not like I have a down period now because of the medication. It's more like I just not pretty I'm just not really sure what to feel about it. Because at the one on the one hand, it feels great to finally be able to do things and get things done. It feels great to be, well, just in control and be able to do whatever I want. Whatever I need to have done, I can just do it. And I can stop myself from wasting time, like scrolling TikTok or YouTube. But with that, I also kind of got a little, maybe just a very little existential moment where I just thought, will I be able to, am I just gonna have to live with this medication from now on? Because again, the difference is so big that I just don't feel like it's like life is not. I'm sorry. There's just a lot going through my head right now. I'm not even really sad. I'm just puzzled. I don't know how to feel about this working so well for me, and if I actually ever want to get things done, I'll probably have to keep taking the meds, keep taking whatever I need to take to even be able to live a normal life, to perform on a normal level. Because without it, it's just so it's like you have ankle weights tied on you the whole time. Like, if you put one step forward, it feels kind of like a, yeah, 1 step forward, 10 steps back thing. At least I have the option to use this medication. But what about the other people? Or do they just inherently have it better because they don't have the malfunctioning of the brain? I just don't know. I don't know how my life would have been if I didn't have any mental issues at all. Maybe I wouldn't even be making this video right now. I think it's also so foolish of me to think that making these videos are for anyone else but really myself. I'm trying to prove something, maybe to the world as well, but mostly for myself. I am no saint. I'm not some kind of messiah that's gonna go and change the world for everyone else. I also don't want to be. I just want to be a good old me. So, yeah, say bye to acting, I guess. Fuck that. It's just tiring, you know? I'm not sure how many of you maybe saw through that. I want to know how good my acting is. But yeah, I think if I want to make improvements, if I want to make actual steps, I should first just be honest and just actually be real. Not just be real as in sharing what is valuable, what is insightful, but like actually real, just showing every side you have. All the bad takes, all the ugly sides. Still have my headphone on. I think it's also the pressure to act in a certain way, or at least the pressure I put on myself to act in a certain way, that's getting to me. It makes recording every day way harder. It makes me think, Oh, but what am I going to say tomorrow? I have nothing to talk about now. Oh, but then what? What if I have nothing to talk about? Fuck it. I'm just going to sit here for 30 minutes straight. But yeah. I feel like just not doing what's conventionally right or what's conventionally attractive is, in a sense, a lot more beautiful. At least to me. I feel like me being like this is a lot more freeing and a lot more enjoyable to be as than me being someone I'm not. And this doesn't mean that I'm not a person who likes joking around, being happy-go-lucky, but I'm just, yeah, most of the times I'm just performing. Never thought I'd be an actor. Was never really a theater kid. I used to have theater kid training before, but did not like the people there or the kids there. They were all so full of themselves. Just couldn't stand them. Like, all of them were trying to become actors, which I guess good for them. They've been acting their whole life. They're so inauthentic. It makes me sick every time I'm around them. Yeah, I'm not really a nice person to be around with if you like putting masks on. And it's pretty ironic because I put plentiful times my masks on, and I can be a happy-go-lucky guy or become a depressed dude or just feel nothing at all. These noodles I made are pretty delish. I like how every strand tastes good. Just leaving it in your mouth like this, feeling the heat, and eating without listening to music or doing anything else. I know I'm talking to the camera right now, but without the camera I wouldn't be doing anything besides eating. I feel like eating is just like anything, not just eating, but a lot of things we can just, it's a lot more enjoyable if you do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. It might feel boring. I think Vsauce said this once. It was this video about time and how time is different for everyone. I think it was like, be bored. Take some time off. Relax. Do nothing. Embrace boredom. It might not be the time of your life, but you'll experience more time of your life. That was pretty much the gist of his quote. I thought it was pretty cool. Pretty nice quote. I think it's true. A lot of the times, if I just sit down, relax, and just do nothing, feels it feels like things are just a bit more bearable, and that life isn't so grim or dark or unenjoyable. Many things seem bland, but that's just because you're always expecting something more colorful on the horizon. You're always expecting something more, something better. So you'll always be leveling up that craving until inevitably you can't really be satisfied anymore. And the world is just gray. I feel like just enjoying everything, every sense you have. Touch, smell, sight, your hearing, and your taste. They're all they all do their different things. And a lot of the times we overwhelm ourselves with sensory stimulations, whether that's through TikTok or through like eating and doing something else at the same time, or gaming. That's also sense of touch, sense of sight, sense of hearing, because most of the times there's also songs and sounds. It makes life pass by a bit too quick, I feel like. You know how I've said that life I don't know, it's fleeting and it feels like you don't really have control. At least for me, I've never really had control. Partly due to, I guess, the ADHD stuff. Well, I mean, it's probably mainly that, because if I take medication, I don't really have an issue with it. But it's just the feeling of scrolling or doing something that's wasting time. And then just continuing doing it, even though you know, hey, I should probably stop. It's already 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Probably time to go to bed, you think to yourself. But then you keep going. You just keep going. It's like the body isn't even yours to begin with. And I never really thought a lot about it. I just always felt like I lived in a, or like I looked at my life in a third person, from a third person's POV. Every time I look at the mirror, every time I look at myself in the mirror, I feel like I'm talking to, or I'm looking at a stranger. I feel like the one that's in the mirror isn't the real me. Because the real me is the voice that says, hey, you should probably stop now. That says, hey, you're starting to hurt yourself again. You know what happened last time. Why are you still doing it? Stop being so immature and listen to me. I feel like that's the real me. The rest is just this unconscious brain mass that just can't seem to listen and can't seem to understand what I'm saying, what I'm begging him to do. No, my brain just won't listen. The voice inside me keeps telling my body what to do, telling my brain what to do. And I just don't listen. I do not listen. At least my body doesn't listen. And then I find myself trapped. I find myself in a worse situation. And then I instinctively blame myself, the one who was shouting at my brain, my body, who is warning every ounce, every inch of my body to stop, telling it, hey, it's dangerous. If you keep doing that, you're going to regret it. You're only hurting yourself. You should probably stop. You know, and then instead of listening to my voice, I just, well, my body just doesn't move, doesn't care. And then since that voice doesn't seem to get any attention, doesn't seem very important, at least inside of my body, it feels neglected. I think that's probably the inner child or something that everybody's talking about, every therapist ever. Maybe that's the way to do it. Try to listen to that little voice telling you what to do, telling you how to enjoy life. I think if you give that voice more space and show that you actually listen, or in some way power through with your body, so your body starts listening to that inner child of yours, I think at some point that child will think they're important again, and they'll feel like they're being listened to. They'll feel like they're special. And then you'll have all the energy, all the curiosity of a kid who wants to see the world, explore everything, try new things, do what's fun. I feel like life could be a lot more interesting if we did that. Good thing about ADHD medication is I kind of just get free access to that child. Okay. They can listen to me the whole time, or I can listen to him. And whatever he wants, yeah, I think that's the biggest difference. When I'm not on the meds, I always hear him nagging me. I hear him telling me to do things before it's too late. And my body just freezes up. While if I'm on the ADHD medication, I feel like everything that child tells me to do, I just instinctively do it. I have full trust in him that he knows what he's doing and he's got my back. at least that's someone else I can trust, because up until now I've been only trusting my body, and yeah, that hasn't brought me any good news, I'd say. I mean, I survived miraculously, but not really in a good mental shape. If I could make a comparison, this would be like you letting someone you barely know, or maybe even someone you don't really like, they also don't really like you, to have full control over everything you do. And that person, let's just say it's a teacher that doesn't like you, you don't like them, and they don't care when you raise your hand to ask questions. They skip over you. Let's say they force you to do homework, they force you to do different things. You're not happy with it, but you still do it. Ultimately, you do get a passing grade, but that teacher, well, they still don't like you. And they still won't listen to you if you have any requests. I'm just lucky that I got a passing grade, to be honest. I don't even know what I would do if I didn't finish my high school. I don't really know. Right now, I'm in a very mixed up mood. Probably shouldn't even post this video. Fuck it. This isn't me giving up. This is me accepting reality, accepting what I am, who I am. I'm basically like this 99% of the day. Don't really have much that excites me. Just getting better though. I think it's probably what could be the cause of it. I don't know. I think partly definitely the phone. Just easy access to social media. Definitely got me bricked up, losing thousands of hours of my life. And I barely know any, or I barely remember any good experiences I've had with social media. It's really not just social media's fault. It's the self-control part. And good thing is, it can be solved using meds. But the bad news is it can only be solved using meds. At least I haven't tried therapy yet. I should probably get a good look into it. Therapy for ADHD related illnesses. I wonder. But yeah, those ADHD meds got me thinking about a lot of things. It's not the effect of the meds that got me like this. It's what the meds mean for me now. Because seeing as how good it works, how perfectly good it works, I have zero reasons not to use it. It's like, should I feel ashamed to use a crutch if my legs don't work? I don't know. So it really shouldn't be something shameful. But just the idea that I'm going to be needing external help for the rest of my life, if I want to be the best version of myself, I don't know, that kind of changes how I look at things. Makes me wonder about the future. Makes me wonder all kinds of future things. Because right now I'm just focusing most of my energy into things that are immediately around me. So things I can reach through the PC, games, studying different subjects, the uni are all things I can reach right now. But I just feel kind of lost. Don't really have a direction to go towards. With these videos, I wanted it to be kind of like a diary, like just a daily diary where I talk to myself, try to get better. But it's really hard. It's hard to keep doing. It's hard to be consistent and keep doing a thing that's good for you. I'm just going to say it right here. I don't plan to back down. I feel like there's still so much I want to do. There's still so much I want to share. So much I want to embrace. It's too early to give up. So expect continued daily uploads. Don't expect them to be full-fledged videos or any type of entertainment. The only entertainment you'll be witnessing here is this guy with this face now being masked off. I guess I'm still gonna keep a very, very thin layer of mask. I'm not gonna lie, like some of other influencers saying how real they are. Everybody has something to hide. And me too. There are just things I'm not comfortable sharing. And I think it's completely normal. Well, I'll try to be as real as I can be. I'm not gonna mask any emotions anymore. I'll cry whenever I want to. I'll laugh whenever I want to. And I'll be tired and exhausted whenever I want to. The thing is, I really don't have a lot to be so dreary about. Because today I did my homework. I did what I was supposed to do. I went to my therapy appointment. Got that all sorted out. And I'm making some good progress. It's just really just the idea of having ADHD and realizing that it's just gonna be part of me. I mean, it's always been part of me, but realizing it now that to get rid of all these negative effects, I need to use medication. I don't know. That kind of hit me like a truck. I wonder what I could do. What's something that's challenging that I could do to show that we can make improvements. I don't know. I think, at least for now, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Just gonna keep talking to the camera. Keep yapping about stuff. Yapping about my life. Yapping about things around me. I feel like I feel like I've done so much, but yet I feel like I've done so little. It really is weird, huh? Hmm. Life is pretty weird. Who even am I? Who are any of us, anyways? Well, I like doing nothing. I like sitting still. Just enjoying the present. I have yet to find what exactly my ambitions are. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I live this way. I don't know why I want to do this study. I don't know why. I don't know why I want to go to uni. I don't know why I want to do anything at all, really. Is it all just a dopamine chase? Surely not. I feel like right now there's not much dopamine going through me right now. I guess if you count food. But I'd say right now I'm in a pretty low energy state. And I'm just going to be honest, I don't feel depressed. I don't feel like life is bad at all. I'm just a bit lost. A bit lost in the sauce. There are just too many things happening around me that are all vying for my attention. My exam wants 100% focus from me. Even though I know most people wouldn't even care if I do or don't upload this. I don't know. I still feel somehow compelled, or like I feel forced to do many of the things I do. I had that with my other channel as well. I started making videos. At first, I just wanted to play a game in a different way. But then once I got views and subs, I started looking at it differently. I'm like, I have an audience. What can I do to make the audience happy? What can I do to make sure my videos are great? That my upload schedule is good? And well, the answer to that I realized I don't really know. I have no answer to that question. I don't know why I do this. Because it's not for the views. If I wanted the views, I could do 10,000 other things that would get way more views. I'm not doing it for the likes, or the subs, or the money. Barely get any anyways. But even if I would make a lot of money, I would still, I don't think I would care that much about money, as long as I have enough to live by. I wouldn't mind a life in the woods. Oh, I just can't finish this noodle. I made too much, and I have too little appetite. Maybe I should start a mukbang channel as well. Jeez. This is a bit personal, but if anyone who watches this is so kind enough to respond, I would like to ask what your reasons are to keep going, to do certain things. Why do you want to get a degree? Why do you want a certain job? And if it's for money, why do you want the money? Is it just to survive? Or besides surviving, to live a life of luxury? And if it's luxury, why do you want that? What's so fun about it? Everything's gonna plateau anyways. Like even me right now, I have this PC that's worth 3 to 4K, but barely gives me any happiness now. So it's just a never-ending hole of desire. You'll never be satisfied if what you want is something that's, well, I guess, based on greed. And oh, that's pretty much what I learned. If I really had to make a choice as to why I do things, or let's just make it even more clear, why I want to make videos, why I even started this 10-day challenge, besides improving my condition, improving my confidence, improving my voice, my English speaking. Why did I do this? Really, I still don't really know. I think partly because it feels like I talk too little during the day. I have too little talks outside of my head. And I have too many talks with myself inside my head. So I feel overwhelmed by all kinds of thoughts. And this is a pretty good release for me. So to be honest, I'm happy to keep doing it like this. I'm not gonna do it, well, wearing a mask anymore. Hate those things. Make situations all annoying to read. Don't you just hate it when someone's clearly masking their emotions and you're not really sure what they're thinking about? You just have to go along and act with them. If you ever ask, hey, what's on your mind? It seems like you're not feeling so well. First response, no, I'm feeling good. Nothing's wrong. What are you talking about? Yeah, just sick of masks. And honestly, I want to improve as well. I'd say I already made a few big jumps from video to video. I went back a little bit to just skim through it. I feel like I went from being, I think it was from episode, or it was from day 3 or day 4. I think it was day 4. No, it was probably day 3. When I realized that people were watching, my attitude changed quite a bit. And I started wearing a mask. I started trying to be the crowd pleaser, the people pleaser, the Abu that was perfect, the Abu that's compassionate, that only wants the good in the world. I mean, there is a certain part of me that agrees. That's why I was wearing a mask, but a pretty transparent one, I'd say. It was nonetheless still a mask, and I'm kind of a hypocrite for doing it. And yeah, I'll promise not to wear any masks from now on. I mean, these talks are gonna continue on forever. I'm gonna be 80 and I'm gonna be talking nonetheless. I'll be like, back in my days, I used to talk in front of the camera and nobody watched until someone did. That's when I became this version of myself. I wonder if this is entertaining. Probably not. It's just a random guy ranting, talking about bullshit, being all, I'm 14 and this is deep. I'd say I'm a bit more than that, but I could understand if you feel that. I don't like pretentious people as well, so I'll do my best not to be one. Yeah. Four days left till my exam. After that, not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a lot of free time, so I'm probably gonna work on a new Genshin video, or I could work on a video on this channel. I don't know. Not really ready for IRL stuff. It is less editing though. It's so much edit work, those Genshin videos. I try to plaster so many memes into it. And I try to make it as good as possible. Too bad the YouTube algorithm recommends that shit. Like, sometimes it gives me like 70,000 views. And sometimes it gives me a few hundred. I don't know what to expect. I put the exact same amount of effort into it. And that's the hard part. Because I said I wasn't doing it for the views. Or for the numbers. But at the same time, it's like once you see something do well, it always feels bad if the next thing you do that's actually better, because I still think a lot of those episodes stuck at a few thousand are actually really good, or even better than the one that's at 70,000. Well, that doesn't matter then. It's probably just a skill issue. I should probably work on my thumbnail or come with better ideas. But here, I'm catching myself again. I'm not doing it for the views. It's just like a game, you know? It's like you want to score higher points. Like, I don't actually care, but I care a bit in a sense that it's a game. But not in a sense like, ooh, I need more. Because I'm not reliant on it. I still make the video if I feel like it. But yeah, to be honest, what I really want to do these things, videos, drawings, piano, other skills. I want to do them on the side. Main thing is probably still chip engineering. Getting my degree. Going to fab, working on it. And then when I have time, enjoy the hell out of the time and not feel pressured. I feel like if I actually started doing YouTube seriously, I feel like I could do pretty well, not glazing myself or anything. I mean, I am, but just realistically speaking, I feel like if I put 100% of myself into it, I could probably make it. Well, I will find a way to make it. That's the part. If you're going to go 100%, might as well just go wild. Go absolute crazy. Right now, I'm already doing a bit of a craziness. Just a bit. I'm already acting a bit crazy. I think the first mentality you should have is just stop giving a fuck. It's like, well, what if I have awkward silences? What if I say something wrong? Nothing. Ah, great. Let's continue making mistakes. I think I already found the pill, I guess. Is it really a pill? It's more like just a way. I really found the way to build confidence very easily. And that's to just make mistakes and embrace whatever feeling you get from these mistakes. Embrace all the embarrassment you get. Embrace all the negative feelings you get from it. Here, I can make a very ugly face if you want me to. I'm just going to do it. See that? My head is my head is already pretty big, but if I do that, it's I don't even have a neck at that point. I mean, I'm also sitting pretty weird right now, but I feel like if you put your mind to it, anything is possible. Or at least anything becomes more possible than if you did nothing. Which is like, duh. But still, I sometimes forget. I'm actually starting to enjoy this. I enjoy having a carefree conversation with myself and maybe someone who's listening. I enjoy sitting here silently, looking at myself, looking at the camera, and just enjoying the moment. It feels like here, everything will be fine. There will be a little moment of peace, and the rest will be easier. Everything else will be easier. It will be doable. And this is just a checkpoint. This is a checkpoint at the end of the day to look back at what you did today, look back at your progress, look back at how you've changed, and just appreciate everything you've experienced. Oh, I enjoy this. A very good shake. Yeah. Probably gonna change the title now. I feel like I'm confident now. I feel like I could do anything. Yeah. I feel like I could go through a Joker phase right away. It's just... Isn't it just nice that when you don't put any expectations, when you don't put any forms, no, actually, I think that's something that Bruce Lee said. Oh yeah. Be water, my friend. Be water, flow like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Become water, my friend. I think what he really means with that is to be completely free, to be open, to be open to new experiences, open to new ways. Being fluid is being fluid in your brain, in your thinking patterns, doubting every information, every piece of information you have, not taking anything for granted, not taking anything at its face value. Always doubt, always ask questions. Is that really true? Could I still improve? Could things be done in a different way? Am I really awkward? Or is that what I tell myself? Who knows? I feel like no one can ever be awkward their whole lives. Being awkward is like being shy. It's not just shy, it's being unwilling or being so fearful of making a mistake that you physically think that you're in danger. When I felt a lot of stress and anxiety on a stage, it felt as if I was getting eaten. It felt as if there was a beast chasing me and I was getting watched. I was running into a forest. I was trying to run away from the beast, but it's everywhere. It's watching me from every corner. Every little mistake I make, it knows. And I feel like once you walk out of that forest, or you chop every single tree down, just remove all the barriers, and just, it almost feels like being naked. It's just that YouTube won't allow it, but to be honest, I don't really care anymore. Like right now, if I wanted to, I could go naked. But YouTube won't want it, so I won't do it. But yeah, shame, awkwardness. It's an emotion. And because it's an emotion, we can control it. We can do things with it. We can regulate it since it's just a signal. We can just say, hey, I understand that you feel a certain pressure. You feel very anxious. You feel scared. But listen, there's nothing wrong. Nothing's going to happen to you. Just watch and see. See, just look and see what happens. Take a deep breath. And see? Nothing. Absolute nothing. And that's the very first step you have to take. It was for me. And now I feel like I could do anything. I could rival anyone. I could I know I can change now, because I know now that it's all up in this brain of mine. Except the only thing I can't really change is how my brain functions with dopamine. So naturally, I'm gonna have less dopamine in my brain to motivate me to do stuff, motivate my body to do stuff. My mental is always ready to do stuff, but my body isn't always ready to do stuff. So I'm still on a training arc of God knows how long to try and get a hold of myself, get a hold of my brain, get a hold of my body to listen to me. And hopefully I can do it to a point where I won't need the meds anymore. But we'll see how that goes. I could also do a combined effort where I'll take them if it's needed, and if not, I'll just try to go through life without it. Can you just imagine that I'm 21 right now? Wait, I am 21, but I mean, like, imagine me being 21 right now, and then 10 years later, I'm 31. 20 years later, I'm 41. 30 years later, I'm 51. That's actually a very short time. Only 30 years, and I'm pretty much already a grandpa. I will be the age of my grandpa when I'm 50. My grandpa died when he was 54. Wow, that's really young. I'd say every day feels very long, but try to cherish the long days you have right now. Because right now you have all the chances, all the opportunities. Your body is fit, unless you aren't. That will be pretty bad. Or you're like me and you have ADHD. That's also pretty annoying. Then you'll have to deal with that first. But otherwise, if you can function in a normal way, there's so many opportunities, especially with internet. I swear you don't need a lot to get started and get big and achieve things. I'm still not sure if I want to really try and reach for the stars with my channels. I feel like it's good just this way. All I really ever would want is just a few people probably watching. Actually, it wouldn't even really matter how many people watch. But yeah, life is just so short that it's never a guarantee if tomorrow is even on the table. So that's why, and also partly due to the ADHD medication stuff, that's why I've now been thinking more about how I'm living my everyday and if I'm happy with myself right now. Am I happy with where I am? Am I happy with what I'm doing? And am I happy with the state of my being? If not, then I have some work to do. I'll just need to keep making choices that improve my current life. And most of the times, choices that improve your life now, like actually improve, not just for short-term pleasure, things that improve your life, not just give it dopamine. I feel like that's also future proofing, because who knows? One day World War III might start and we'd all be nuked. Still a great looking idea. Or there's an asteroid that comes at us, and yeah, we're also done so then. There's just so many ways humanity could be wiped out in an instant. Or I don't know, die by a car accident or something tomorrow. Or your house just all of a sudden wanted to break itself. Or, you know, your heart just stops beating one day. That also happens. Sometimes in your sleep. Not to scare anyone. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is I may be feeling a bit mixed up right now. But I'm still looking forward to what life still has to offer. I'm looking forward to every moment. And not just the good ones. I would also love some taste of bitterness. Because otherwise you can't really appreciate how sweet something is. If everything is sweet. Well then, I think that's enough ranting for today. 1 minute and 16... No, wait. 1 hour and 16 minutes. Oh boy, that's going to be a big one. Whoever watches this... Wow. Good for you. Good for you.